Hey, welcome back. Alright, Curse of the Olympic Flame. Let's see. What is this?
Wow, okay, I'm going to be doing some real history for once.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
2,800 years ago, there were these guys called the Greeks. They're extinct now.
No, they're not. What the fuck?
But when they were around, they invented the Olympics.
Let me touch it. No.
To start the games, they would take a bunch of virgins, not that kind, who would do a ceremony and light a torch using a curved mirror. That torch would light a cauldron, which would burn throughout the duration of the games. Which didn't go for very long, by the way. Back then, there were only about 4 events. Stick throw, heavy frisbee,
Okay.
wrestling, and a 4th thing. So you were done in about 45 minutes and back to
Wait. What the fuck is the other thing?
and a 4th thing.
What is that?
So you were done in about 45 minutes and back to the villa in time for a traditional taco dinner. But here's the important bit. The cauldron is tradition, but the torch relay is totally made up. It was invented in the 20th century for the 1936 Berlin Olympics as a symbolic piece of Aryan propaganda for you-know-who. Whoops.
Okay. Didn't know that. Okay, that's
And so
interesting.
ever since, it's been
Steve Jackson and the Livingstone.
But wait, back to the thing. Because you're probably wondering how the flame gets all the way from Greece to, say, Brazil with an open flame. Well, it goes by boat, bus, and plane, carried on 4 separate miner-style lamps. When it flies, it goes business class, by the way, on 2 separate flights.
That is so stupid.
Cool.
That is so stupid. That is so stupid.
Now you're up to speed, and I can start cataloguing the Olympic curse.
Okay.
Let's start with Rio in 2016. A country so corrupt, the gold medals are made of chocolate, and the chocolate medals are made of street crime. The lavish spending brought politics into the games, and it quickly became a cat and mouse game between security staff and
Yeah, I remember.
protesters.
Yikes. Yeah. Ooh. What? Wait, what? Was that like a Paralympian trying to light the fire?
Força Nacional.
Yikes. Oh my god.
They also had a jaguar as a mascot, which got spooked, probably by the fire, and then attacked one of the soldiers.
Jeez, bit me right in the face.
They shot it. But this isn't the first
That's sad.
instance of the Olympics killing animals. Seoul, 1988. To celebrate the occasion, they released 2,400 white pigeons
Why so many? What the
at the
fuck?
stadium. A great idea on paper.
No, but that's a retarded idea for anyone who's ever been near a bunch of pigeons. First of all, I know they're about to make the stadium full of shit. You know it, I know it, we all know it.
Then comes the Olympic flame. And here's the big ceremonial. Oh no. Oh no. People reported the smell of burnt
Yikes.
pigeon for several days afterwards.
Yikes.
In 2008, the curse came to Beijing. Here's the round.
Okay.
Starting in Greece with protests. Then in Kazakhstan, the Uyghur
Uyghurs.
You
Activists
okay.
attempting to disrupt, although they got arrested and deported back to China. Turkey, more of the same type of protesters and more of the same type of arrests.
Violated the law.
Russia, protests.
Okay, yeah.
Then in Great Britain, the torch relay had to be detoured several times. By the time it was gone, there were over 70 arrests, and the mayor described the security team as a bunch of thugs.
Wow.
Also a protester with a fire extinguisher.
Wow.
France, more extinguishers and arrests. After 50 disruptions, they gave up and just hopped on the bus and left. Argentina, the flame was attacked with water balloons. Tanzania, no problems. Oman, no problem. India,
Okay.
more protests. Thailand, more protests. Malaysia, more protests. Indonesia, more protests.
Thailand.
Australia, more protests. Japan, more protests. South Korea, more protests.
Why is What protests is happening in Japan? What?
protests. North Korea. Of course, there were no protests in North Korea. Vietnam protests, Hong Kong protests, Macau an arrest, and then finally to China, where the gods were so angry that the torch had made it that an earthquake happened and 70,000 people died.
Yes. Yes.
Another thing that keeps going wrong with the torch relay is that they choose the wrong people to carry it, and then when it arrives at the cauldron, it has a habit of going out. Montreal 1976 is considered the most disorganized Olympics ever. They had just finished building the stadium in time. Well, all except the roof.
Oh.
So every time it rained, it went out. Luckily, a well-meaning security guard was there to rekindle it with his lighter. Funnily enough, this isn't the first...
So it's all bullshit. So it's all bullshit. You can just take a lighter. Wow.
Last time that's happened, 2014, Sochi. He gets about 5 minutes in, and then, whoops,
Oops.
it's gone out. So he marches over to this dude,
Wow.
who just gives it the old Montreal special.
Then what's the point? What a fucking waste of money to bring it from Greece.
They later had to douse it and relight it with the official flame. Also in Athens, in 2004, the official cauldron was snuffed out by a passing breeze. 2012, the London Games. A gust of wind blew out the flame during the opening ceremony in Olympia. Look at the panic on this woman's face. In London, the
Beautiful one.
rafting team has got splashed. In Sydney in 2000, did they pick Sonic as their mascot? Protesters were there with a fire extinguisher, but failed. The ocean failed too. But your boy, Gust of Wind, did it again. Anyway, I think you get the point. That's about the end of the video. Except to say that it'll be interesting to watch out for Tokyo 2020. It promises to be one of the longest relays ever.
All I remember about the Tokyo 2020 was One Piece. All the One Piece stuff. At the Olympics.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Okay.
You missed my You missed. Please stop.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. I understand this history, okay? Okay, so the curse now is Tokyo 2020. COVID, yeah. I actually forgot about COVID. That's crazy. But that's how they brought it back to China. That is surprisingly, yeah. Well, that's good, like always. Didn't know anything about that. We need to stop with the bullshit. If you can just light it with that fucking lighter. I mean, what's the point?